I think you'll all notice that over the past couple of days in particular, the links to Luis Diaz and a move away from Liverpool have been increasing. Now, I've spent the last couple of hours searching the internet and having a look at what direction these articles are going in. So it's a mixture of some articles saying that Liverpool won't sell him to Barcelona, some articles saying that Liverpool are linking him to Barcelona, and now there's some articles, of course, coming out from the Paris side about a move to PSG. So usually with these things, my instinct is to say there's no smoke without fire. But to tie that all together, there seems to be an increased appetite as well from Liverpool fans on Rodrigo. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. A couple of things to take into account here. Obviously, Real Madrid are going to be bringing in Kylian Mbappe by all accounts. They also have Vinicius Jr. there, Jude Bellingham, and lots of other good young attacking players. And Madrid fans are starting to wonder, and Brazilian football fans are starting to wonder what that means for Rodrigo. Now, I've not seen a direct link right yet to Liverpool and Rodrigo, other than a lot of fan comments, and I'm not trying to make anybody believe with the title that a move for Rodrigo is imminent, far from it. But I do think it could be one of the very first credible links from our own fan base to a player from one of these big clubs. You know, we don't usually do a lot of business with the likes of Real Madrid or Barcelona for players coming to Liverpool. But on this one, I don't know. I mean, the profile of the player, let's look at that. He's right in the spot for the age bracket that we'd usually look to bring players in. You know, what is he, 21, 22, Rodrigo now? Yes, he did sign a new contract at Real Madrid, but there seems to be a lot of displeasure on his side about how things are going. So, Madrid Extra account, which I'm sure you're aware of on social media, they posted Rodrigo's entourage. Why do these players always have entourages? I feel like that undermines the players and makes them out to be a bit of a big-time Charlie. So I don't like that language being used on these, and entourage. I mean, his reps is whatever. Anyway, we move past that. Rodrigo's entourage point out that he's not playing in his natural position on the left wing, and that he has to try to adapt to the right flank for the benefit of the team, which has been detrimental to his goal scoring. They go on to say that they also maintain that regardless of what his numbers say, he always appears on the important nights, meaning he always shows up. Now, All Things Brazil, another account, said, with the arrival of Mbappe, it seems Rodrigo is closer than ever to leaving Real Madrid. And then they go on to ask what will be the right career move for him. So from our perspective, I think it's possible. I'm still not saying it's doable. But if you were to sell Luis Diaz, let's say for, I don't know, 70 million quid, just as an example, well, then you can see where maybe we can use that money to go, and we'd probably have to pay a bit more to get Rodrigo out of Real Madrid. But if you're looking at Michael Edwards coming in and Hughes coming in, these are the type of potential upgrades that the club might look to do. Now, I say upgrade from the point of view of refreshing the age. Diaz is now, 27 out of her 28, and I personally have no want or desire to sell him, but there you go. If we did move him on, I mean, I'd be more than happy for Liverpool to be looking at Rodrigo. I'm going to ask you guys a straight question in the chat. Would you swap? So wait for the poll, but we'll get your answer. And by that I mean in the squad. I'm not for 1 minute suggesting it's a straight swap or you get him for the same money. No. I'm just saying, would you upgrade and do it that way? Gonna be honest, I would swap, said Miles. I mean, I would, in a heartbeat. Honestly, for the reasons that I would expect it may be appealing to Liverpool. The age profile, for one. We do love a Brazilian at Liverpool, let's be honest. So there is that as well. And I don't know if Rodrigo has any inclination to want to come and play in the Premier League. But he is in the right age profile. It's not like we're looking at somebody at Madrid, maybe 27, 28. If we are to upgrade the team, you would want to bring in young, hungry players. And I'm sure under Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, that's going to be part of the recruitment, looking at the underlying numbers, of course, looking to see if there's value there and looking to see if they're the right profile both on and off the pitch to come into Liverpool. I don't know what Mr. Rodrigo goes is like outside of the football pitch, but on the football pitch, I'm an admirer. But isn't it better to give Gakpo a chance on the left and buy a natural right winger? Again, it's a fair point, perhaps. But look, there's nothing wrong with, again, having some versatility in this squad. So, Ola, it's a really good question. And I don't disagree with you. Gakpo's preferred position is on the left. But I would also question, if we do bring in Alonso, let's say, are we going to play with wingers in our system like we are used to? Or will we play a different system? So you have to take that into account as well. But what I would say is, nothing wrong with having a couple of young, hungry wingers. I mean, Gakpo's versatile, can play on either side. I guess where I'm going with this is, I'd feel a lot more comfortable keeping Mo and losing Diaz as a winger if we had to. Now, I don't want us to move on any of our forwards. Absolutely none of them. I want every single one of them boys to be here next season. But I have to say, sometimes things just come up and you think, well, would I do that swap? Would I upgrade the squad in that way? And I would. I wonder how much he would cost. Well, look, we won't be talking about Rodrigo's release clause because that's, I think, a billion euro, something like that. I guess the answer to that question would probably be somewhere between what Madrid need to get, because, you know, they're going to have to obviously cut their cloth accordingly with Endrick coming in the future, obviously with Jude Bellingham there, with the wages of Mbappe coming on board. So, yeah, they may have to sell as well. So maybe that comes into this consideration. I don't know. But what I really want to just get across is there's obviously something happening with the whole Diaz stuff. I don't know who's driving it, and I've tried to find that out in between the time when we last spoke and tonight. I did reach out to people, and from the club side, the stance is not for sale. But I don't know if that's the public stance of not for sale. I don't know if his agent is trying to engineer a move away, because it seems like somebody has a vested interest in getting a move for Diaz here. Because Barcelona links, I think we could all somewhat understand from the perspective of his dream club. We know that situation with his father before when he spoke about it. But right now it feels like someone's trying to get a move for him. You know, could it be the agent? Absolutely. Could it be genuine as well that PSG maybe are just running the rule over a couple of options for replacements for Diaz or for Mbappe, who is going to be leaving at the end of the season? Diaz dribbles 100 or 10 times better than Rodrigo, said the Red Machine. Yes, but let me flip that for you. Rodrigo's far more proficient in front of goal, in my opinion, than Diaz. But I do agree with what you say. I love Diaz's dribbling ability. I thought he was absolutely top-notch against Manchester City as well in the second half. Dave Connolly said, Gakpo not good enough, sell, sell, sell. I wouldn't sell Gakpo yet. I think that there's more to come from Cody Gakpo. I do, and I still have the whole, what I like to call the Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner paradox of, I want him around the club, but I don't know where he starts every week. And that's a bit of a concern, I guess. Am I just wanting him to do well, or am I burying my head in the sand here and being ignorant to what I'm seeing in front of me? And the truth is, I don't know yet. But I'm not ready to give up on Cody Gakpo yet. He does have more strides to make. Yeah, and I feel like he wants to be here as well, Gakpo. I mean, that's important. I feel like he'll fight for the shirt. He'll fight to try and get his place. So I wouldn't be giving it on the kid yet. That's where I am with it. Diaz's quality on the ball, nobody helps him. I disagree with nobody helping him. Diaz is greedy on the ball a lot of the time. Let's be honest. Like, really, let's be honest. How many times do we see him cut across the edge of the box where there were balls that he could square off easily? Ball in diagonally into the right side of attack, ball across the edge of the 18-yard box. He doesn't. He takes too long, gets a shot is blocked or goes hide. That frustrates me. So I don't think nobody helps him. I don't think that's true at all. And again, not trying to have a go at you, by the way. Casper said, I love Gakpo. He's a brilliant player. Let's have a look at how the poll is doing in the early days. We only asked you 6 minutes ago. We've already had nearly 600 votes. Simple question. Would you swap Diaz for Rodrigo? And so far, it's leaning towards almost 60% saying yes. Gakpo is at 10 doing Vert's role, said Harry Klein. Gakpo, I think we all think is his own favourite position's left wing. But I guess what he is depends on what the manager asks him to be. I think he's an incredibly good player at carrying the ball and breaking lines. I think he's capable of popping up with a goal or two. He's not too shabby aerially. But most importantly, the point I want to keep getting across is he's young. He shouldn't be the finished article at the minute. So that's why I would move him on. I think there's a lot more to come from Cody Gakpo. And maybe he just needs a consistent run. Maybe he needs that arm around the shoulder. I don't know. But remember, look at Curtis Jones. Another good example of a player who and I'm definitely guilty of this, and many others wrote off. But he has found rhythm, found belief, had a bit of a luck with his injury and is back, and he was playing better than ever before he picked up this latest injury. So give him a bit of time. Now, Diaz, on the other hand, there's a bit of a different question to be asked there because you've got the age profile of it. And it feels to me, and I can't, I don't know Luis Diaz, but it doesn't feel, these aren't the type of things of a player who's settled. You would nip this stuff in the bud if there wasn't something in it. And all these links to Barcelona are kind of understandable for obvious reasons. But when you see the PSG ones coming up, and do I really think he isn't for sale? No. I think there's a number. I think he would be somebody the club would listen to a number to, because I think we can refresh age-wise. I wouldn't sell him, but I do think there's a number.